Perseus and Medusa are looking into each other's eyes. Around them are heaps of broken stones and flames of fire. When Medusa saved Perseus, she was surprised at herself. She had only learned to hate humans, but in Perseus's eyes, she saw a deep fascination. Slowly, step by step, Perseus moved forward and asked his savior, Medusa, "Who are you? Why did you save me? What are you doing alone on this battlefield?" Medusa, in a frightened voice and hiding her identity, said, I am a captive slave of Medusa's palace. That monster Medusa had kept me trapped here. I escaped during the war. Please save me." Perseus believed her words. He saw a helpless woman who was trembling. He took off his royal red cape and wrapped it around Medusa. Perseus said, "Have no fear. I am General Perseus. You will be safe in my camp. No monster will be able to harm you." Perseus's tent by the seashore. Outside, soldiers are on guard. Inside, Medusa sits alone. Medusa is watching in surprise how much Perseus is caring for her. Perseus gave her food and water. He did not know that he had come to this war to cut off the head of the very person he was sheltering. Medusa asked him, "Why are you taking such risks for an unknown person like me? You have come here to take Medusa's head." Perseus smiled gently and said, "A commander's first duty is to protect the weak, and that Medusa, I don't know what she looks like, but if she has tortured innocent people like you, then my goal is to defeat her." Medusa noticed that when Perseus speaks, there is no arrogance in his eyes. He is very simple. For the next few days, Perseus spends time with the disguised Medusa. During the war, while saving Perseus from that rock, a bruise had formed on Medusa's hand. Perseus himself applied herbal medicine there with his own hands. Medusa shivered. After many centuries, someone touched her with such tenderness. Sitting by the seashore, Perseus told stories of his childhood and his mother. Medusa heard the common man behind the hero. That blind boy whom Medusa had released earlier came near the tent and began to play a flute. Medusa and Perseus were enchanted by that melody. Perseus looked at Medusa and said, "This melody seems to say that all wounds in the world are healed by love." One day, a fire is burning inside a cave. Medusa is sitting still on a stone, her face covered in a shawl. Perseus is sitting beside her, testing the sharpness of his sword. Perseus said, "Your hand is trembling. What did they do to you in that palace?" Medusa said in a calm voice, "My hand does not tremble, General. I am only wondering why a commander is forgetting his goal and wasting time on an ordinary woman." Perseus replied, "You are not ordinary. In your eyes I have seen something greater than this war." Medusa said with a slight smirk, "Eyes are very dangerous things. If you look too deep, you turn into stone." Perseus said, "I know how to take risks. Getting you to safety is my job now." Medusa said, "Safety? There is no safe place for me in this world. Do you know who you have come to fight against? Medusa is no ordinary enemy." Perseus said, "Whoever she may be, I am not afraid. I have Athena's shield." Medusa said in a sharp voice, "A shield only saves the body, not the soul. If that monster stands before you, will you be able to look it in the eye and strike with your sword?" Perseus says, "If she is a criminal, then I certainly will. But if she is innocent, like you, then I will set her free." Medusa remains silent for a while and says, "Freedom is a precious thing, Perseus. Not everyone can bear it." One afternoon, Perseus was cleaning that silver shield given by Athena. Medusa was startled looking at that bright shield. She feared that her true form, the snakes on her head, might be seen in the mirror of the shield. Perseus says, "This shield is strange. Goddess Athena said it would help me see the truth, but when I look at you, I only see a peaceful princess who is very lonely with her past." Medusa says in a low voice, "What if the truth is more terrifying than your imagination? Will you still stay by my side?" Perseus, taking a step towards Medusa, says with unwavering faith in his voice, Perseus does not back down from a sword strike, and he has never hesitated to face the truth. Whatever your identity may be it a dark history or a devastating curse, my sword and my life are now dedicated to you. Medusa says, "You are playing a deadly game, General. You are falling in love with the very fire that can turn the whole world into ashes. This path will only lead you to destruction." Perseus says in a calm yet rock-solid voice, "If I must burn, then so be it. If at the end of destruction lies your freedom, then I am ready to embrace even that destruction." After hearing Perseus's unwavering resolution, Medusa was stunned. The hatred and loneliness of her long life seemed to stand still for a moment. She could not look directly into Perseus's eyes, but an inevitable truth flowed from her voice. Medusa, moving a little away and looking towards the darkness of the sea, says, "But remember, General, when fire burns, it does not judge who loved it or who hated it. A punishment greater than a heart turned to stone is to see a hero's destruction. You are choosing death for yourself, and I am choosing my final regret." After that deep conversation, an invisible pull was created between Perseus and Medusa. Perseus still does not know that this enchanting woman is the terrifying Medusa. But at that exact moment, a signal comes from Zeus, the king of gods. Perseus must return to his kingdom immediately to stop an impending war. Perseus wanted to take Medusa with him, but Medusa knew that her cursed shadow would turn Perseus's bright career to ashes. Medusa almost forced Perseus to say goodbye. Before leaving, Perseus touched his sword and swore, "I will return, and on that day I will free you from this darkness and take you to my palace." Medusa only looked on with tearful eyes. Her identity was still a mystery. While Perseus was busy in war, King Polydectes imprisoned his mother Danae. Polydectes announced that if Perseus could not bring back the severed head of the monster Medusa before sunrise, his mother would be cruelly killed. Perseus was forced to enter this life-or-death battle to save his mother. The conspiring king of gods knew that Perseus and that mysterious woman, who was actually Medusa, loved each other. To turn Perseus against Medusa, the king of gods wove a web of lies. When Perseus was on his way to the temple, the king of gods informed him, "The woman you loved, Medusa, has kidnapped her, taken her to her cave, and cruelly killed her. That monster is now waiting for you, her hands stained with the blood of your beloved." Fueled by the fires of his mother's life and revenge for his beloved murder, Perseus lost his sense of right and wrong. He began to see Medusa as the most hateful enemy on earth. A stormy wind is blowing, lightning flashes behind thick black clouds in the sky. All around the battlefield are ruins of stone statues. On one side, Perseus is frantic with a sword in hand. On the other, Medusa stands still in her cursed form. Perseus, holding up his silver shield, rushed forward with swift speed. Every step of his carried the fire of revenge. Perseus, enough, Medusa. You have led me on the wrong path for long time with your magical web. Today I will quiet those venomous snakes of yours forever with this sword. Medusa, can you cut the truth with the edge of a sword, General? The one you are coming to kill is not your enemy. Look into my eyes once. Do you see a killer there, or your own lost love? Seeing Medusa's reflection in the mirror of his shield, Perseus struck a massive blow with his sword. Sparks of fire flew from the clash of shield and sword. Perseus, lies, all lies. The gods have shown me how you killed my beloved. You are just a demoness who cannot bear to see the happiness of others. Medusa, with a tragic smile, the gods only showed you what you wanted to see, yet you never thought for once why the princess you loved is standing before you today wearing a crown of snakes. Is this curse my own choice, or a cruel gift from your gods? Perseus froze slightly, but remembering his mother's life, he became aggressive again. He shouted, Perseus, I haven't come to judge today, I've come to finish it. Either my mother lives or you die. Blinded by the intoxication of revenge, Perseus is dealing sword strike after sword strike. Medusa is parrying them with great skill, but in her eyes was not anger, but a deep sadness. Perseus, today this war will surely end, Medusa. My mother's freedom lies in your death. Medusa, if freedom lies in death, then today blood shall speak. Rain is falling, tearing through the sky. Both Perseus and Medusa are rushing towards each other at a life or death pace. Sharp swords in both hands, the target is each other's heart. Their attack was faster than the speed of wind, a gap of a few inches. The next moment, one or both of them might lose their lives. Just as the tip of Medusa's sword was about to touch Perseus's heart, Medusa relaxed her hand. She threw her sword to the ground. She knew that if she didn't stop the strike, Perseus would die. But Perseus was then frantic. There was no way to stop his sword. In the next moment, with a horrific sound, Perseus's sword pierced through Medusa's chest. Due to the momentum of Perseus's speed, Medusa moved back a little, but her eyes were peaceful. Perseus, about to shout in joy of victory, stopped because he saw that Medusa's hand was empty. She didn't want to kill him. At that exact moment, the false illusion given by the gods began to clear from before Perseus's eyes. He saw those terrifying snakes pierced by his sword, vanishing one by one. The ugly skin changed, and a face of an extraordinarily beautiful woman emerged. Perseus screamed in disbelief. Perseus, no, this can't be. You are that. Staggering, Medusa put her head on Perseus's shoulder. At the corner of her lips was a sliver of a smile, along with blood. Medusa, I just wanted to see if you could recognize me in the end. Now I can die in peace. Perseus lifted Medusa's blood-stained face into his palms. Water is falling incessantly from his eyes. He shouted, No, Medusa, you cannot die. I didn't want this victory. I didn't want this freedom. Why did you throw away the sword? When Medusa felt Perseus's tears on her cheek, an extraordinary peace spread across her pained face. She gripped Perseus's hand tightly with her trembling hand and said, Don't cry, General. Today, for the first time, I am seeing myself without any mirror. In those tears of yours, I have found back that princess whom the world had forgotten long ago. I threw away the sword because it is much more meaningful to die in this embrace of your love than to live on by turning you to stone. You have set me free, Perseus. This blood, this death, these are not a defeat. This was my only way to return alive from the curse. Now, just look for a moment. I am no longer that monster. Keep me alive in that unwavering, faithful heart of yours forever. Finishing these words, Medusa's hand slowly went limp and fell from Perseus's hand, but an unearthly smile of satisfaction remained on her face. When the tears of regret falling from Perseus's eyes touched Medusa's lifeless forehead, a strange magic began. Those tears were not ordinary. They were the sincere love and pure heart's prayer of a hero. Suddenly, Perseus's sword slowly vanished from Medusa's chest, and a magical light began to emerge from her wound. The curse was of hatred and loneliness, but Perseus's selfless love shattered that darkness. Medusa's pale skin became alive and bright again. Her snake locks vanished forever, and beautiful black hair like silk returned. Goddess Athena's voice echoed from the sky. Perseus, your love has triumphed today. Because of the sacrifice Medusa showed and the faith you displayed, Medusa is today free from her curse forever. She took a deep breath and opened her eyes. She is no longer that cursed monster. She is now an extraordinarily beautiful princess. Seeing Perseus before her, she said in a faint voice, "General, have you then recognized the truth?" Perseus embraced her with extreme tenderness and said, "I was blinded by illusion, Medusa, but my heart always searched for you. Forgive me." Perseus returned to his kingdom with Medusa. At her bright presence, King Polydectes' villainy was shattered. Perseus freed his mother. As King Perseus and as Queen Medusa gave that kingdom a new form.